Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man, and as always, I thank you guys come to my channel. Every now and then, I get a guitar that I have to send back, and I thought it would be a good idea to post this video and go into the details as far as what's wrong with this guitar for me. Now, no two guys are the same. You know, certain guitars have a certain feel, and certain people like a certain way. You know, I like my action comfortable so I can play. It's low. And, you know, as far as, you know, the strings, usually when a guitar comes, first thing I do for my own personal setup is I take off the strings and I put on eights, unless eights are already on it. Because normally the standard is kind of like nines. You know, a lot of people kind of think eights are too thin. I'm like, well, I play 8-9 hours a day, so I got to have something thin. I don't want to be playing barbed wire for 12 hours. You know, so I take off the nines or tens and I put on eights. Now, if it comes with nines and feel good to play and sounds good, I don't bother. I'm like, okay, because I do have a few guitars where I have, you know, some nines. You know, I think I got one guitar that has tens, and it's the jazz guitar, because you do want thicker strings on the jazz guitar to give it a more mellow tone. It's still a real bright and sharp tone. You know, so me personally, my preference is eights, even though again nines is kind of the standard. So that's usually the first thing I do when I make some personal adjustments for my personal style of playing, you know. And for the most part, when I get guitars, you know, I make some small tweaks here and there, and it's to my liking. But then sometimes you get guitars like, I can't work with this, you know. And it's interesting because I've been playing since I was, I say about maybe 13, 14 years old. And then I became a professional musician, and I start to know what I like. You know, and I'm like, there's just some people don't get what you like, you know, because if you poll most musicians, guitar players, they want the action, you know, comfortable, you know, whether that be an average set or lower or even perhaps higher, you know. But for the most part, you know, most of us really want the same thing. We want something that's going to feel good to play. I definitely got to have something that feel good to play because I play 8, 9, 10 hours a day. You know, this is not just a hobby where I take out my guitar every blue moon, play it for an hour, and then put it back in the closet or in the corner. You know, that's not my makeup or my MO. You know, so this guitar came today, and I gave it my inspection, and it failed miserably. The first thing out of the gate was when I talked to someone that's selling a guitar, whether it's a private owner or a company, and this is a company, I said, how's the action? You know, I like mine's low because I play, you know, for long periods of time. It's real low. You know, we set up and it's real low. I'm like, okay. So, you know, it's beautiful looking. And when it came, I took it out the box and I looked at it. I said, you know, there's so many problems with this guitar. It ain't even funny. And I'm going to start off with the action, you know, per our request or our agreement. You know, it's supposed to be low. Now, I'm going to stick it up to the camera. You might not be able to see this, but I'm going to tell you what I see. The action is quite high, and I'm gonna probably stick it back up there so you can see this. Where you adjust it down low, it's as low as it can go. Let's see. Yeah, this is as low as it can go. I mean, it can't go no lower. So you would think it would be so low. The action would be so low that it's buzzing, because I've never seen it as low as this, because again, you can't take it down no further and it's still super high. And then the big problem is, and I've never seen this, like I said, I've been playing since I was 13 years old. I'm gonna show you this. Now that's where you put your strings, the thread it in, you know. But he threaded it another way. He actually threaded it up under the saddle. I've never seen it like this. And the problem is with this is it's almost impossible to feed this in. You know, I try to stick it up to the camera. It's under there. instead of coming through there. It's under there. And again, the problem with that is, for the first 3 strings, since they're, more or less thicker strings, and they're stiff enough where you can probably try to feed it up through there. But these little ass limp strings here, it's almost impossible to feed that through there and through there. I've never seen anything like this. This is some garbage. The action feels terrible to play. This looks like an amateur strung this up. Really, I'm like, dude, you're supposed to be a company and you sending out shit like this? This is like a Walmart guitar. It's like, I expect that from companies that sell a lot of stuff, and this is not their specialty. This is your specialty. And this guitar and the action, the way it's up, is garbage. So I immediately contacted the dude. I said, per our agreement, I thought it was going to be low. This shit is high. I've never seen anybody throw something together like this where you can't feed it from the back of the guitar straight out. I've never seen this. And it was very difficult to just change the strings. So I was like, you know what, dude, this is going back. Because I wouldn't even feel comfortable, because sometimes I get stuff that there's really nothing wrong with it, it's just not to my personal liking. So I would sell it to you guys at a lower price. It's not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's like, this guitar, I wouldn't even feel comfortable trying to sell this guitar at a lower price because it's garbage. It's just amazing how some people that do this don't get it. If you don't have a clue, go get a guitar player and ask them, what do you like in a guitar? Because it's like, I got building skills, but I don't understand, or since I'm not a player myself, I'm not quite sure what you guys want. So it's like, let me ask the dude that plays, because that's one thing I can say about Jay Tercer. They get it. Every guitar that I've ever gotten as Jay Tercer, with the exception of one Maple Neck, they all feel good to play. They come ready to play, because one might throw this argument at you. Well, you can't expect that much for because I think I paid $160 for this. You can't expect that much for $160. Yes, you can. The reason why high-end guitars are high-end guitars for several reasons. One is they do use the best materials, the best woods, the best metal, the best electronics, and they pay those guys well to set the guitar up well. But as far as you can't get a really good guitar with action unless you pay a lot of money, that's not true, because it shouldn't take that big of a issue or effort to string up the guitar well or action, because this is a good example. I paid like $99 for this guitar, and the action on this thing is incredible. It's low, from start to finish is almost the same height from here to here. When you have a very well-tuned guitar, as far as action from here to there, it's the same length, but most of the time it's just slightly a little higher down here, just slightly, but that thing looked like an airplane. It took off and went way up there. It's like, dude, I can't play this. Again, it's like, if you are a guitar player, what feel good up under your hands. This thing feel great. And what's interesting about this guitar is when I first got it, the tone to me was a little too bright for me, and I was trying to get rid of this guitar. I posted for $70. Nobody took it, and I'm glad nobody did, because I'm like, this guitar feel good. And with some tweaking as far as the EQ when I'm coming out of my preamp, it feels good. It sounds good. There are some songs that require or call for real bright guitars, so I'm like, I got one. This guitar feels great to play, but this thing here, not only the action is jacked, but again, just some thrown together settle bullshit. It's like, dude, why would you put the strings up under, the adjusters? It's ridiculous. And it feels like a guitar that you would buy at Walmart, And it's like, well, you don't expect too much from those types of guitar makers, because they basically making them for kids, and they're not putting that much effort into it. And they're not as skilled as the guys that build $3,000 guitars, but I just thought I would post this video for you beginners, as far as, if you can, the first and most important thing, and we've been conditioned to believe the first thing is you gotta look good, and whose name up there, And what country did it come from? That's what we've been trained to believe, which is some BS. The first and most important thing in a guitar, does it feel good to play? How's the action to you? Because again, no two people have a certain or a universal action, you know, because no two people play the same. Two people want their guitar to feel the same. But I just thought I would post this video for you beginners to say, hey, look out for stuff like this. You know, how's the action? How does the strings feel? Is there too much tension? Because that's another thing that I like about my J Terzi guitar and a few other custom guitars I had. The tension, you know, it's loose, real slinky. That's what you want. It's still feel like you're pushing bar way up against this fretboard. You know, this again is poorly designed. And I'm just surprised that he tried to pawn this off as he know what he doing and it feels good. And I hear you. You know, this is what you want him to give you. And this is some garbage. This is some garbage. This guy doesn't know the first thing about setting up a guitar. You know. So again, I thought I would post this video so you guys, the beginners, kind of be on the leery, you know, as far as not taking in junk, because this is junk. And this is going back tomorrow. I already emailed him, said, dude, this came about 5 minutes ago and it's not happening. You know, it's not happening. I got another guitar that I talked to the builders. I said, this is what I want. Can I get what I want? He said, no problem. Shipped it. It came to day 2. And it feels great to play. You know, I'm going to give him sparkling reviews in a minute. But he gave me what I asked for. This guy here didn't give me what I asked for. You know, I clearly asked for this and I got this. And he thought he's going to pawn it off on me, you know, in the condition and the way it was poorly set up. And that's not going to happen. This is going back tomorrow. So until next time, take care and thanks for watching.